So good morning all. My name is Jason Van Houten and I'm delighted to be presenting to you this morning. So I'm going to provide a bit of a review of our company initially and probably more focusing on our manufacturing and technology arm of our business. And then I'd like to go on and highlight some of the key challenges that we believe exist in the industry. And then as well, identifying the solutions that we believe throughout our entire business. So we at Glenveagh are constantly striving to set a new benchmark in our sector by delivering the maximum possible social benefit at the lowest possible environmental costs. So this is a vision that everyone at Glenveagh are very proud of. Just quickly, a bit about myself. So I have over 25 years experience in the design and construction sectors, with exposure right across the globe. So working in my home country in New Zealand, where I first started this journey. Obviously, then moving into the Middle East, where I spent a good bit of time, and my eyes were open to innovation there. And then finally, settling in Ireland. In terms of Glenveagh, I've been with Glenveagh for 6 years now, and I'm currently Director of Design and Innovation. So we're leveraging from MLC, innovation, and standardisation. I suppose I now want to transition to and take a dive into an overview of how we had to embrace challenge future-proof our business in terms of supply chain. So we are identified this as an area that we need to take greater control of. As a result, Glenveagh established NUA, which is the manufacturing and technology arm of our business. So why did we invest in off-site construction? We felt it was essential for us as a business to future-proof our business going forward, to ensure we're as vertically integrated as possible. We also felt it was important to guarantee long-term supply, aligning with our very ambitious growth targets. And it's also critical to us to control as much of the critical path items as we can. And obviously, we're constantly working to reduce the delivery to market time. So about Neuro and how we actually deliver our products. So we invested in 3 strategically located facilities across Ireland, which I'll take a deeper dive on in the next few pages. We've secured a supply chain of over 4,000 units that are granted, and this is continuing to grow. And we're always looking at improvements to optimize value through ongoing enhancement of pre-manufactured value. So that I mean, we're looking to increase the amount of off-site involved in the construction process. Relentless innovation and R&D is the forefront of what my department is looking at the moment. And obviously, implementation of best practice standardization principles embedded that throughout the company. In terms of a bit more about our 3 facilities, so you can see the photo in front of you here. This is our Arclo facility. This we acquired from Harmony Timber Solutions back in 2022 and integrated this into our group and rebranded it as Neuro Manufacturing. This is a custom timber frame production facility capable of delivering 450 units per year. And currently we have 50 full-time staff at the facility. I just skip one page so we're able to go there. Oh, there we go there. So next is our Glenveagh factory. So again, this is a timber frame factory. And what we're going to premise, we have an existing partnership with Keenan Tim Frame, who are highly capable and have a significant amount of experience in manufacturing over the past few decades. So we continue to make investments in the factory and suitable to maximize production, and there is flexibility to scale up production where needed. In terms of our output proposed for 2024, we currently have a target of 900 timber frame units, so that's substantial for us as a company. And then on to our latest addition, our Carlo factory, which some of you may be aware of as the former Braun factory, just located on the outskirts of Carlo. So we actually converted this into a state-of-the-art timber frame and manufacturing facility, and it officially opened in June 2023. So currently we have 100 staff in the factory across both the timber frame and LGS lines, and plans to expand their team as we increase production. So we have quite an aggressive, I suppose, trajectory to capacity, which eventually will see us being able to deliver 750 timber frame units and 500 location fuel units. So here in the presentation, I give a bit of insight in terms of what this means in terms of the workforce transition required. I just actually want to give you a brief overview of the transition. So I just got this video here that I've just played for you. So I just wanted to demonstrate our transition. We're talking under a year from the dormant Braun factory into the innovative facility we have today. So the video you see, it commences with external shots of the building before going into the internal, and this is all existing before we did any work. So as you can see, it's very much shell core. But what was positive is you can see there's ample space for us to convert to into a state-of-the-art facility. We now move into the external. This is after, so we've extended the bays outside our storage and obviously our frames. And we also recladded and rebranded the new tower. We're now transitioning into the completed factory, crossing over the LGS and timber frame lines. So we've invested significantly in cutting-edge technology into this factory, utilizing industry-leading innovations to produce high-quality homes. So NUA allows us to manufacture materials at scale to help remove associated, I suppose, constraints with delivery process. And finally, what you see is the internal fit out, so canteen and office space, which is located in the main entry building. Not that there. So hopefully that was insightful. And I suppose what this investment does, it sort of reinforces our commitment to improving housing supply. So I suppose now that we improve supply and have more control over that trust in our company, we've shifted our focus onto future regulation and policy changes that I alluded to earlier, which will mostly be related to reducing carbon emissions and increasing housing supply. So we strongly believe that if we were to achieve these ambitious targets, we need to open ourselves up to a new way of thinking in relation to innovation and NMC. By this, I mean we need to rethink the way that the industry has traditionally delivered homes for over the past 50 years. And this relates to both delivery methods and fabrics we apply to our buildings. So why is it important for us to pursue MMC as a business and as an industry as well? So obviously, a lot of you may be aware of the benefits that they're like we can dramatically improve productivity, housing supply, quality, we can improve that. Reduce wasting carbon, that's very key going forward. Improve health and safety. But ultimately, given the current climate, we can improve viability and affordability. So in terms of the key to MMC success and determining what that looks like, so at Glenveagh, we undertook multiple studies. We engaged ask consultants, so you might be aware of it. And we researched UK and European best performing category 1 and category 2 manufacturers to understand what works and what was successful. And what we found that they're all had full control over product and unit capacity. That was essential. Essential, sorry. They have secure supply chain, and advanced standardization and design for manufacturing principles was embedded throughout their business. So they focus on reducing components, but this is not to the detriment of quality. They also foster a culture of sustainable innovation, and above all, they were aided by a sufficiently agile planning process that supported MMC. So for us as an industry to fulfill MMC's full potential, we strongly believe that the industry needs acceptance on standardization and modernisation of dwelling standards. So by this, I mean we need to set one set of national standards across all of Ireland, and we've got to refrain from varying local authorities having different standards. That's important. That's how we achieve standardisation. Regulations need to consider carbon as an outcome, and there must be an acceptance to innovative, low carbon, lightweight facade systems. And obviously, as I mentioned, this all has to be aided by more flexible planning systems. So one of the biggest facilitators for optimizing MMC is the cladding materials that we apply to our houses. So in order to enhance our pre-manufactured value, we need to look to the cladding systems that can be applied within the factory environment. Therefore, there must be an acceptance to innovative, lightweight, low-carbon materials. So, just reflecting a bit back and to look at what we're delivering today and why the industry needs to change. So today's construction methods are still very labour-intensive. There is still heavy reliance on cement, lime, and plaster steel. And the production of such materials as brick and block facades result in very low carbon emissions. And arguably, from the early 19th century to today, carbon emissions have continued to soar. And this is due to the lack of innovation. Now, what does I mean, the innovation in the fabrics? Arguably, today, we've seen huge steps in terms of the innovation we apply to our houses in terms of the mechanical and electrical. So this is more in relation to the fabrics and the materials we use. So what does the route to carbon neutral success look like? And where do we need to get to? So we need to promote a culture of compliant, good quality, sustainable innovation in residential construction. But that also extends to commercial as well, obviously. We need to rethink and innovate in the fabric, construction materials, technologies we use, and also, as Tony alluded to, the processes shifting to offsite. Our typologies from a Glenveagh perspective need to evolve through the use of lightweight, low carbon materials. And we need to incorporate the design for manufacturing principles. So this is our focus at this point. So what is the solution? The solution is very much facilitating offsite. So innovative, lightweight facade solutions provide us an opportunity to optimize potential of offsite MMC construction. Lightweight claddings installed offsite deliver more sustainable, low carbon housing on time to the market. And this is an interesting point. Europe have been utilising approved lightweight facade solutions for over 4 decades, and then even our Japan counterparts as well. Therefore, there's nothing to fear. There are business models there that have been successful. So we need to look at these business models and look to adopt the same. I suppose just closing on that as well too. Offsite is essential to the industry to achieve its ambitious sustainability targets. Therefore, we believe very much there's an education piece for everyone that is required to demonstrate that alternatives to brick and block facades can be just as successful in terms of life cycle and quality. So now I sort of want to transition and look to focus on what and this impact, I suppose, in this shift from on-site to off-site will have on the current construction workforce and what it will mean to our business and the industry. So what is the current situation? So as all of you are aware, there's a shortage of skills labour across the industry. This has been well documented in a lot of recent reports you would have seen in the media. So what is this doing? This is actually driving up construction costs and will continue to stunt growth potential. So there's trends that exist over the last few years that show workforce inflation in comparison to material inflation far exceeds the latter. So this shortage will inevitably require developers like ourselves evolve our business and delivery models. And then also looking at what's happening around the world at the moment, so potential future risks, such as a rebuild program post-Ukraine war, will just further put stress on this. So we as Glenveagh, and we believe we as an industry, cannot let the shortage of labour continue to affect the delivery of housing in the future. So we got to look at solutions to these. So we strongly believe transferring site-based construction activities to a factory is a very tangible way to overcoming the industry's shortage of skills. So then what does that mean in terms of the evolution of the workforce focused and very heavily reliant on off-site manufacturing? So we believe off-site manufacturing can attract and develop non-skilled resources from across other industries. Those with skills from other factory environments can also be easily transferred to the off-site industry. So this will allow construction to continue despite labour constraints in accordance with anticipated growth targets. And I suppose it's a very important point too, with better working conditions and the embrace of technology, off-site can help the industry start to compete with schools and universities to attract best talent, and obviously help address the chronic lack of diversity in the industry, which I must say over the last decade, we have seen improvement, but we need to do more. So off-site manufacturing can also help change the culture, image of the construction industry altogether. So that's close to closing out my presentation. And I just wanted to leave you with a summary. So I suppose from what I've said just here, we take both increasing housing supply and decarbonisation very seriously in our business. So I'll leave you with these final thoughts. We believe now is an opportune time, both the public and private sectors, to come together with one goal in mind, and that is to unlock the full potential that off-site MFC can have on the industry. So we propose the government undertake a review of the Quality Housing Guidelines document, which was originally published back in 2007, and update these in the interest of, one, reflect the new policy that has evolved since 2007. As I mentioned earlier, for two, adopt one set of national standards across all of Ireland. Ensure alignment with best practice MMC standardisation principles and uniform acceptance of alternative lightweight claddings across all industry. So the final point I'll leave you with as well, where I believe we have the tools in place to come together in the industry and come up with solutions to tackle this problem. And I suppose the government has shown previously it is not afraid to bring in measures that it thinks will help the housing situation. So this is evident by compact growth, which was adopted at the start of this year. Therefore, we have the utmost hope that other measures can also be adopted to improve access to sustainability, high quality MMC delivered homes. So that concludes my presentation, and listen, I'm more than happy to answer any questions later on, and even to collaborate later on with anyone who's interested in this space and wants to basically work alongside us with tackling some of these solutions. So thank you very much.